about member benefits. It's one of those things that we talk to members about a lot on a one-to-one basis, which is why we thought it would be a good idea to get all of you, or as many as we could, around the table to discuss all of the different member benefits in one single place. So if we can go to the next slide, please, Tom. So the first point is really what I was saying a moment ago. Regularly speak to UKDEA members, and they're often unaware of certain member benefits they've got access to. We've identified 8 different member benefits in this event this morning, plus a couple of others in preparation and a few that we want to bring along in future. So we want to provide you all members an opportunity to understand the full range of benefits. And as Tom mentioned at the start, we'll be recording this event and we'll also be circulating these slides to all of the members. The first half, we want to talk to you about what we see as the benefits of joining the UKDEA, some of which you may be aware of, some of which you may not. And in the second half, we'll open up the floor to members just to ask questions, give feedback on existing benefits, or suggest potential new ones that we could offer. So it's an interactive event. If you'd like to stick any or put any questions you've got in the chat and or come leave them to the end, that will be absolutely super to keep the flow of the event. So if we can go on to the next slide, please, Tom. So benefit number 1, and I think this is commonly missed, and we actually put this image on the right in the recent UKDEA journal, is the collective network. There's now over 140 members in the association. We've welcomed 50 new members since we relaunched at the 10th anniversary in summer 2020. So we're growing we've grown quite significantly over the last couple of years, and it makes us the largest voice for district energy in the sector. And I think what's really important, we've got a network of over 500 individuals who receive the journal, receive the emails, what's going on in the UKDEA network, who actually represent the members. And outside of that, we've also got a number of thousand people on our LinkedIn board as well who hear about what we're doing. And I think it's quite interesting to pause for a moment, because I think that people think that we're formed of one particular grouping of organisations or another, but in actual fact we're relatively evenly split. So as you can see, we've got energy services companies, contractors and service providers. They make up about 37%. So those are the people who are building schemes, delivering schemes, creating schemes, providing services to them. We've got 14% from consultants and legal advisors. Manufacturers, equipment and system suppliers make up about 36%, so broadly similar to those energy services companies, contractors. And then we've got 13% from local authorities, LA, ESCOs, RSLs, non-government organisations, etc. So there's a good blend of organisations who are members of the UKDEA. And I think if you kind of just roughly split it down the middle and you take the 37% and the 13%, those are the people who will be developing, delivering projects, running things, buying services, buying equipment. And on the other half, those people, consultants, legal advisors, manufacturers and system suppliers, who will be selling products and services into the other half of the membership. So it's a good symbiotic relationship across the 140 members. So you're not just speaking to one type of organisation when you're speaking at a webinar, putting an article in the journal, etc., etc. So Tom, if you'd like to go on to the next slide, I believe you're going to be talking about the journal.
Yeah, so number 2, we'll go for the journal, which is our main way of updating members with activities, news in the sector, what our members have been up to, and arguably I'd say it's probably one of our most valuable benefits that we do give to members. So we issue this every month. It's about 40 to 50 pages and includes all sorts of informative sections. So we'll go down the list. So Chairman's Diary and Forward. So Simon will each month update members what he's been doing in the last month, both with just general meetings and the topical news events over the last month in the sector, and also the Chairman's Diary. So here we'll list all the activities where he's been doing events with members, things like this, talking to bays, talking to potential new members, all sorts of things. So just giving an update on members of what he's been doing for the association over the last month. Member and product spotlights. So for member spotlight, once a month, we feature one member of the association. They gives them a spotlight to open the floor to tell them the rest of the membership who they are, what they do, what they offer, their experience, what they've been doing over the last few years, and what they can bring to the table. So we have one of those a month, and then for product spotlights, we usually have 1 or 2 of these a month. These are for our more so our manufacturing members, but they can also be for members who provide services, so legal members. If you've got anything, a product or a service that you'd like to advertise in the journal, please do get in touch. So we have a few of these every month just to advertise new products that are coming to the market for the rest of the membership to know. Membership job vacancies, we have a full list of member vacancies in the journal. We'll get a bit more onto that later on. It's advertised on the website, but we're also included in the journal with information on how members can add new ones every month. Member news, this one we really try to push for members, as it's basically a way to celebrate your achievements in the sector. So you've won an award for a new scheme, or you just had someone join your team, or you've won an award, anything really. You've got something to celebrate, something you'd like to share with the rest of the membership. Please do send in a press release, put us in touch with your marketing team if you put these out regularly, and I can just put them in the journal easy peasy, just to show off what you've been doing. Bays news, on our work with the Bays Heat team. This we seem to be communicating daily with Bays at the minute, and to save us spamming members with multiple emails per day, we like to round up all of our work with Bays into one section in the journal. So you may know that Simon meets with John Saunders, Head of Heat Networks at Bays, monthly. He gives a rundown of this meeting in the journal every month, and often issues are raised that are brought to us by members. So if you have a particular issue that you want to raise, please do let us know, and we will bring it forward to them, and we'll look to get you a response. And any soft market testing groups we had recently with Bays, that we had with a few members, any other events, lobbying, consultation responses, work we've been doing with other bodies in the sector. This is where you can read all about it. So this is one of the more important sections. Then we move on to national news. We round up all the important national news of the last month, things with like new schemes, government news, hydrogen, net zero, important resources such as interesting webinars we found, or presentations or documents that we think members will find useful. We round all those up in a category, so you can just find what you're looking for. And then also we have the latest updates on initiatives and events. So in the most recent journal that we put out for September, we had a spotlight on all of the events that we're hosting in the next 6 months. So we'd like to spotlight all of the things we've got coming up, and we also do things like the training register, the document library, other meetings we've had for potential collaborations. We like to put all of our initiatives and events in one section. So if you want to know what we're up to, you can check out that section. So if you want like any content that you want to supply for any of these sections, please do just get in touch, put us in touch with the marketing team, and that way they can just send it to me automatically, and it's very easy to just submit content for the journal. On to the next slide then. Benefit number 3, the website and document library. So the website is sort of a hub for all of our activities, and we have multiple benefits that are solely on the website. So the big one is member directory. So every member will have a page on the UKDEA website. You can click on the directory, as you can see on there. Lists all the members, and you can, like we mentioned earlier with the membership segmentation, the pie chart, we can actually organise members by that, so you can see, what members are in, LASCOs, or what are equipment suppliers. I can see, what members are under that category, and you can find a full description, contact details, and these can be updated at any time. So feel free, if you haven't looked at yours in a while, take a look, see, actually we want to change a few words about this, or I can update those at any time, easy peasy. So just let me know, and that's free, open to the public, so everyone can know who you are and that you're a part of the association. And it's also on the front page as well. Membership job vacancies I mentioned earlier. There's a later slide on that, so I'll go on to that in a bit. The events calendar, so you can see the picture on the right. We advertise all of our events so that everyone who visits the website is open to come and look. So for our members, for our events coming up, such as like the Innovation Showcase event, these are like solely for members to present at, so they're open to the public, and it advertises that members are presenting at these, just to open it to a wider audience and give it a more broader scope. Training register, again, I'll get onto that on the later slide, but that's our a very useful document that we feel like not as many members know about as should. It includes all of the training that all of our members offer. So it's one document. It has about 25 members currently on there, and it includes all of the training courses that they offer. But yeah, as I said, I'll get onto that one a bit later. The document library. So this is exclusive for all members. So all of you will have your own login for the website. Everyone from every organisation who is on our distribution list will have a login for the website. And this includes many useful documents. We're up to a few hundred by now since we launched this around about the start of this year. So all editions of the UKDEA journal, event presentations, all of our webinars. We have all the presentations saved from all of our events, so you can download those again, and also on our YouTube channel you can watch them, so you can watch and read along. BASE documents, there's a long list there of all sorts of BASE documents. We have many more that we plan to upload in the future. GLA documents, Hot Call magazine issues. We feel like both of these are very useful for members. Hot Calls in the public domain, and we thought it would be another useful magazine to put on there. It's free to use, but it's nice to have them all in one place. So these are all free for use as part of your membership. All of you will have a login and can access at any time. And if there's any documents that you'd like to see added in the future, we have many more that we plan to upload in the future, but we'll see if your request is possible if you don't already have that one lined up. And on to Simon for the next slide.
Okay, so as Tom mentioned, we meet regularly, or I meet regularly with BASE. I feel like I'm communicating with them almost daily, particularly at the time that energy prices remain volatile. And for those members on the call, please do look out for the communication that just came out from the Secretary this morning. There's a 3-page update that I prepared yesterday evening that I ran past BASE, got them to agree that it all made sense and was right in terms of the latest news in terms of the energy price support for heat networks. Importantly, you can arrange a one-to-one meeting at any time with myself and Tom to discuss anything you like, whether that's support for the sector, government funding initiatives, advice on a particular issue, or just, to be honest with you, just to pick my brains, because there's a lot of knowledge in my brain about what's going on in the sector. Anything in the public domain, I'm very happy to share with members. It's not an issue at all. I've been in the sector for 30 years, and there's most probably a lot that I know that might be of useful to yourselves in your business, which is all in the public domain. And as Tom mentioned, I meet monthly with John Saunders. He's Director of Heat Networks and BASE, and that's a good, frank one-to-one to discuss important issues that the membership sector are facing. And if you've got a particular question, raise it. But in addition to that, I mean, I literally feel like I'm on a call with somebody from BASE almost daily to talk about different issues, be it policy, regulation, pricing, etc. And so there's a lot of information that we do try and cascade down to members, but it might not all cascade down. So if you want to sort of get a more detailed briefing on what's happening, then please do get in contact, and very happy to have a meeting with yourselves. So that's benefit number 4. Moving on, Tom. So benefit number 5 are webinars and online events, and we really, really, really encourage you to take part in these. So people who speak at these events, we always try to make sure that they are either UKDEA only members, or we give preference to UKDEA members to speak at these events to sort of showcase what they're talking about. So since we relaunched in 2020, we've held a number over the last 2 years. So we had one on planning, we had Innovation Event Showcase number 1. We're planning the second one shortly, which Tom will talk about in a minute. We talked about utilising waste heat, contracting agreements with 2 of our legal members, applications of heat pump, which was our most successful by far, although we've increased in numbers. We had over 250 registrations for that one. Then we had maximising system efficiency, and then we had the sort of contentious ambient loose versus 4th gen heat networks. And you'll see next to that one, we're now saying CPD certified. So we've actually signed up to the CPD certification service, and subject to the event complying, anybody attending will be able to get CPD accreditation for attending the event, which is good news. And as Tom mentioned, all of our online events are available to watch back over the UKDEA YouTube channel. So if you've missed an event, or you want to sort of, because quite often when somebody's talking, they'll say a lot of it, they might say 20, 30, 40, 50% additional words when they're talking compared to what they've written on the slide. So it's useful to watch some of these back to get the full depth of what they're explaining. And I think really importantly, if you've got an idea for a webinar, or you'd like to take part in a future one, please do get in touch. We're always very interested to hear from members on topics for webinars. The webinars we've had to date, the 7 on the screen there, have been incredibly well attended, and what we want to do is we want to keep focusing on webinars where we get the largest possible uptake from memberships and non-members to attend those events. So I'll pass back to Tom, and Tom will now talk about a couple of the upcoming webinars we've got over the next 2 months.
Yeah, thanks. So 2 events that we've got coming up. Hopefully you'll know all about these, as I've been letting members know that we've got them coming up. So first one, what's the role of local authorities in heat networks? That one is coming up in the middle of October. I put out a call for speakers last week, and we've already had quite a few members get in touch, who I can see are on this call, so that's great to see. You don't have to necessarily be a local authority to participate in this event, so if you feel like you've got something to say that you feel like would be valuable, please do get in touch. And as previously mentioned, Simon mentioned, we've now signed up to the CPD. We're now looking to get as many of our webinars as possible signed up to CPD. So we look to get those pre-approved, and then that full approval confirmed once the event is done. And then you can get your certificates. And you can even get those if you've not attended the live event. So you can watch back the the Ambient Loops event on our YouTube channel, and then the code for that password to unlock the certificate is in there, so you can email me and I can send it across to you. So you don't even have to attend them live, you can attend them retroactively. So yeah, please do get in touch with that one. That looks to be a very exciting event. And then Innovation Showcase event number 2, as Simon said, this was extremely popular. We had probably about 40 to 50 members speak at this first one. And that one's on Wednesday, the 2nd of November. And again, there's a few people in this call I know have already signed up to speak at this one. This is a really exciting event. If you have an innovation that you feel like is unique to your organization that you want to shout out to the world, to our sector, this is amazing. This is your time to do it. This is really the time for members to show off what's so unique about their organizations, about their products. It doesn't even have to be a product, it can be a service. We've got, lined up some members who offer services, so it's not just physical products that you're bringing to market. So if you feel like you've got something that really puts a shine on your association or your organization, says, this is really who we are, what we do, this is unique, we feel like no one else is talking about anything like this, we feel like this is one of a kind, please do get in touch. Because this is all about our members. This is only members speaking at this event. So we really do want to put this at the forefront of your minds, make it really important. This is for you. Please do get in touch if you would like to speak at this event. It's free as part of your membership. It's really easy. All you need to do is send me a title, who's speaking, and a short description, and I can set that up on the flyer and get that sorted, and then we can talk about more at a later date. So yeah, please do get in touch if you'd like to talk about that one.
Great, thanks very much. So benefit number 6, so in-person events, Future Build 2023. So we are holding a separate webinar for members, and we've had a lot of members going to attend that event on Friday, which is talking about what we're planning to do in Future Build 2023, which is from the 7th to 9th of March. The really good news is there'll be a UKDEA District Energy Pavilion once again, which will be slightly larger this year. And we've got a central meet and greet networking area, so it's slightly different from what we've done before. We've got a central, all of the stands are built around a central networking area, which we're going to develop and evolve over the next few months with members, give members a chance to organise meetings, attend with clients, discuss, present their services further. But then interestingly, rather than having a dedicated district energy smaller stage, we've now got some feature slots on the main energy stage. So if you've got something to say that's important about district energy and you're exhibiting, then there's an opportunity for you to speak on the much larger energy stage at the event, which we think is really exciting. As I mentioned a moment ago, we've got an event this Friday, 30th of September. You should have got an email from Tom about that. It's a Future Build information event to tell you much more about what will be involved in Future Build 2023 with the Director of Future Build, Martin Hearn. So please do come along on Friday. And we're currently also in talks with a venue in really quite a smart venue in London that one of our members was hopefully found for us to hold our annual 2023 conference. So that will be at the start of 2023. And that will be hopefully our first full in-person event, an AGM, and we'll let members know as soon as we've set a date for that. So that's quite exciting. So 2 events, hopefully in relatively early in 2023, where we can actually all meet and get together now in the post-COVID world. So Tom, back to you for benefit number 7.
Yeah, number 7, the training register. As I mentioned earlier, this contains all of the training courses that are offered by our members. So we've got currently around 25 UKDEA members have their training courses, and it's not limited to one. You can have literally as many as you like. Some members have, I think, around 10 training courses that they're available on the training register. This isn't gate kept to the association. It's made public. So I think I had someone contact me this week asking to get in contact with someone because they found the training register on our website, so it's made public. We really want to push this out. We think it's an incredibly valuable resource that we've collected all of this data for 25 different organisations, and they're all of their training courses. So please, if you don't know about this already, please go and take a look, share it around, have a look, and if your organisation is on it, just check that all of your information is up to date. We update this twice a year. As it so happens, the deadline for the next update is this Friday, because we update it in April and October. So please do have a look. If you'd like to be added, please do send it along. I have the template, so get in touch. I can send that along with you and fill that out. It's nice and easy. Or if you'd like to update one of your existing entries, change around a few contacts, or update some courses that you've got, please do let me know. We feel like this really is one of our most valuable resources, and we feel like we don't talk about it enough. So we really want to push this going forwards and make sure everyone knows about it, because it really is an excellent resource.
Cool.
Also mentioned earlier, the UKDEA jobs board on the website. This is also something that is exclusive for members to add to, but it is available publicly. So jobs board is viewed by anyone. Any job vacancies that you would like to send in, please do send them in. All it requires a few details. I can let you know, and they're also included in the journal, published every month. And if you ever need to update a job vacancy or take it down or add a new one, or we've got some members who I think have 4 on there at once. So honestly, there's no limit to the amount that you can have. We're always looking to add more. We find this is really helpful for people looking in the sector for work, looking for new jobs. We just think it's really helpful for our members to advertise their roles and to share it with anyone who visits the website. So yeah, please do get in touch if you have roles. Again, I'm sure most of you have a specific person on your team who deals with this. So just put them in touch, give them my email, and any new job vacancies, send them my way, and I'll put them up there for free. No problem.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Tom. So I think just on the job vacancies one, it's like all of the benefits. These are all free. There's no extra charge for any of this. And in fact, one of our members, one of the reasons they decided to join was because they had a number of job vacancies they wanted to advertise, and they thought it was a brilliant way of actually getting out there into the market, into the sector, and they've since taken up a number of the other benefits that we offer as well. So that's really good to see. In terms of, so that's 8 core benefits we offer now. There's 2 benefits we're currently working on at the moment, and we'll be bringing those out. The first one is the podcast. We've talked to members a lot about that. We've had extremely positive feedback, so those will be talking on topical issues in the sector, and they'll be launching those by the end of 2022. The first one, we're doing them very simply on recording them on Microsoft Teams, but there'll then be an audio download for people to listen to, and they'll also be on our UKDEA YouTube channel. So we think hopefully they'll be really well received. Podcasts seem to be extremely popular at the moment out there, and somebody talking about district energy key topics in the sector we think will be extremely important and will be widely taken up as people travel to London or wherever on the trains, and they'll be able to listen to the podcast along the way. And then finally, in terms of future benefits, we've got the awards. So as we previously mentioned, we've got the annual in-person conference coming up in early 2023, and we'll be launching our first ever UKDEA awards. As soon as we pin down finally the venue and a date, we will then be working back to that to set a timescale for the awards, when applications will be open, what the applications will be open for, and particularly making sure that we've got the right judges on the judging panel to select the people to win the awards. So 2 exciting future benefits that Tom and I are working on at the moment. So should we move on to the next slide? So we've got some other few future initiatives in the works. We're thinking about some webinars. We're thinking about whether it makes sense to have one about blue and green hydrogen, whether that makes sense for members. We'll be testing the water. We'll be putting out an email shortly about our thoughts for future webinars. One particularly on heat network zoning. Now it's gone into the Energy Security Bill, potentially innovation showcase event number 3. But we're very, very keen to hear from you about other ideas for webinars. We'd like to liven back up again a feature that we had in the journal a number of years ago, which was a lawyer member Q&A in the UKDEA journal, which was free to ask questions to our legal members and for our legal members to respond to on key issues in the sector. And then further document library expansion. So what other documents do you think we should be holding in the library? I mean, we cannot hold paid for documents because that's against the rules. So, for example, the CIBSE Code of Practice, for example, we couldn't buy one copy and then share it with all members. But if you believe that there are other documents in the public domain that are quite hard to find or difficult to access, we're very happy to go and search those out and make sure that those are in the library. And then just really any others that members would like to see.